Hi everyone, Kerryn here from Holistic Essentials Therapy and Consulting, bringing to you this week's spiritual insights and guidance for Monday the 15th of October through to Sunday the 22nd of October 2018. I hope that you have been kind and gentle with yourself last week. I hope that you have had opportunities to give yourself some time out, to go within, to get out in nature, to reconnect with what makes you tick, what makes you who you are, and meditation is a very powerful space in which you can do that. It's the chance to self-reflect. It's the opportunity to really tap into what's going on in your body and what's going on with you emotionally, so that, so often we expect other people to get us. We expect other people to understand where we're coming from. We expect our loved ones and our relationships and our partners to understand who we are. And at the core of that, there is the need from within to have that, to experience that externally. Yet another human being cannot actually know what makes you tick, or know who you are, or know where you're coming from, if you yourself don't actually have that deep understanding of yourself. And so that's one of the greatest lessons that I've actually had to learn and experience myself, was that realization and that understanding that, it's an impossible task to expect somebody else to recognize you for who you are if you actually have no idea who you are. How can they? How can they energetically? How can they spiritually? It's not, if you think about it, when you know who you are, when you're comfortable with who you are, if you know what makes you tick, then it emanates from your heart. It exudes out into your auric field, your energetic field. And anyone that comes into your awareness will be able to pick up on how confident you feel within yourself, how sure of yourself that you are. And even though you might not actually know where you're headed or what you're doing, it doesn't matter, because you know who you are, and that's what matters. And that is the energy that you actually transmit whenever you're interacting with anyone throughout the universe. I wanted also to acknowledge that I can't even say it. Venus has gone into retrograde. And so I really thought about what that meant. And if we think about Venus being the planet and the energy of love, and Venus being the feminine, Venus represents the ability for us to make deep emotional connections with those around us. Venus really brings forth owning who we are, owning our bodies, owning our minds, owning our emotions, and embracing all aspects of ourselves. If we think about the goddess Venus, she is this beautiful epitome of self-respect, self-love, self-nurturing, selfishness in a way that is, and that I know that has negative connotations to it, but this is not what the energy of this feels like. It's a selfishness of being able to say, no, I'm going to set boundaries here that does not sit well with me. No, I'm going to be selfish in who I allow to come into my space energetically. I'm going to set boundaries and say, no, your energy is toxic. You don't feel good to me. And while I can sit back here and say, I love you, I forgive you, I release you, I recognize that you're in pain. It's not my pain. I recognize that you, as the human being that you are having your own physical experience. It's not my experience to have on your behalf. It's okay to let toxic people and situations go. So many times as light workers, as healers, as women, we want to save the world. We want to save everybody. We want to fix everybody. Or maybe that's just me and that's been my journey. These have been huge lessons that I've had to learn along the way. It's not my job to do any of that. But it's this innate wanting to provide healing, wanting to provide love, wanting for comfort and everything else, which are all beautiful qualities, and the world needs those qualities. But if you're giving those qualities to a person who is not ready to receive them and is not ready to, I guess, make the changes, then it's okay to just give them love, send them healing, and allow them the space to take on their own journey. So often we feel like we don't have the power within us to do that. And it's so important to set those boundaries. And it's so important to call in the people that you want to have in your life. And if you want them to be at the same vibrational frequency as what you are, then that's okay. We all want that. If you've got people around you at the moment, perhaps that's a reflection of where you are sitting in your life with your vibrational frequency. And this is what the universe does. It brings to us the energy that we are emitting out. And so there's so much powerful energy at the moment through the planet of Venus, and really owning our own internal qualities and our own power and standing true within that. Also, we've experienced in the last week the energy of the 10th of the 10th. And so, that in itself is very powerful as well. There's a lot of powerful energy around for the month of October. And that really brings with it the energy of being able to recognize what we're still holding on to in our lives and who we need to let go of, situations that we need to let go of. And it really calls for the energy of forgiveness. I love to look at it this way. Forgiveness is not condoning actions. Forgiveness is not condoning what has happened to you, saying that that's okay. Forgiveness is recognizing that, and I will talk about this a lot because it is the fastest way to freedom, is to forgive. And it's not always the easiest thing to do. It's been some of the greatest lessons that I've had to learn also myself. The biggest understanding that helped me to be able to do that was recognizing that everyone is doing the very best that they can with the resources that they have and their level of consciousness. It has been in recognizing that if they were as consciously aware of their place in the universe, and if they were connected to their soul self, then they would be unable to behave in that way. So therefore it is a signal to everyone around them of how completely separated and disconnected from self they are. And so it's about letting them go, because I can guarantee you, if you are holding pain from a past event, if you are holding anger towards another person from a past event, that anger and that pain that you are holding on to that is directed at them is not affecting them. They're still living their life. You are the one that is currently suffering by holding on to that. And so it's about how can you then let go of that. And so I wanted to share with you all this week a technique. And you've probably heard of it before, but maybe not really recognized the power that this technique has. And it's a simple technique, so simple. It is, if there is a situation, person, or event that you still feel emotions within your body that you are holding on to when you think of that situation, then it's time for you to write everything that you are feeling about that situation, everything, the people, the places, all of your memories, every ounce of information that you have stored in your body about that situation, write it out. The act of writing it out is bringing all of that is still stored within you from your unconscious mind to your conscious mind. And then it's bringing that energy, it literally flows. The energy of that situation flows from within your body, through your arm, through your hand, through the pen, and into the paper. Now, if you're questioning the possibility of that or the authenticity of that, then I challenge you to go and look in your drawers and your cupboards and take out all of the cards that you've perhaps collected over the years. You may have Mother's Day or Father's Day cards from children that you've kept. Now, they're not pretty, they're not perfect, but somebody that you love has actually written words on that card, and you can feel the energy of that. You can feel the love that comes from that. You can feel how wonderful that makes you feel. That in itself proves to you the power of transferring energy from another person onto a piece of paper. And so once you've completely written all of that out onto that piece of paper, then write each person's name and say, thank you for giving to me this insight, this learning, this growth. And then burn it. That is a task, especially with the incredible energy that is around the month of October, that you can do this week to give you the tools and the insights to release that which is not serving you. When we hold on to pain and suffering, it does not serve us. It only causes us pain and suffering. So I hope that serves you well. I absolutely love hearing from you each week when you implement these tools and when you hear them. And so keep doing that. I love it. I absolutely love it. It lights me up to hear from you. So thank you. All right. So for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, breakthroughs. Love it. Golden calcite, solutions, victory, overcoming obstacles. Now that tool that I have just shared with you is such a intense and powerfully moving tool that you can implement into your life to release all that is holding you back. Because if you think about it, if you're living in the past, if you're holding on to the past, you can't move forward. You can't step into the truth of who you are. You can't step into the expanded version of who you are. Each situation that we go through creates a level of spiritual growth and evolutionary growth and personal growth. And if we're not turning our gaze from looking behind to looking forward, then you're not giving yourself the opportunity to step into the newest version of who you are. You're really being asked to, as you free yourself from the binds and the cords of attachments to those people, places, and situations that you are holding on to, you are then raising your level of vibrational frequency. You are then raising your level of consciousness, and it is from within this place that you are able to have the higher perspective. So this is at the moment while you're holding on to the past, you're standing at the base of the mountain, you're gazing out, you can't see over the treetops, you can only see the level of the landscape from the view that you're at. As you release those experiences from the past, as you let them go and you raise your level of understanding and personal growth and consciousness, you then are walking up the top of the mountain, and the view that you then have of who you are in your life and where you're headed is the same as standing at the top of the mountain gazing out over the landscape. And so you're really being asked to acknowledge also the victories that you have experienced. Pat yourself on the back for all of the learnings that you have received. Pat yourself on the back for who you are now. Looking at what you've been through in your life, looking at how you treat other people. This is an acknowledgement this week for you to recognize the value and the worth that your life is giving to you, because sometimes we can get so bogged down in living this human experience that we just really want to get out of Dodge and we want to stop playing the game. And the idea is to recognize that everything that is occurring for you is occurring for your soul's greatest and fastest expansion and reconnection. So for Thursday and Friday, manifestation, pyrite. Love pyrite. So intention, heart's desire, magnetic attraction. So you're being reminded for Thursday and Friday that you are the magnet in your life that draws to you all of the people, places, and situations that you are seeking. And the soul is constantly seeking for expansion. The soul is constantly wanting to get the most out of this human life experience. And so anytime that you're thinking in your mind, and this is a reminder too, to be consciously aware of what it is that you're asking the universe for. Are you constantly asking or acknowledging or placing your attention on negative and stressful situations? Or are you shifting your focus to appreciating nature, acknowledging the beauty of life, seeing the light in others around you, thanking and giving gratitude and kindness for all that you're at? They're two very different levels of energy, and therefore they're two different experiences that you are bringing into your life experience. And so you're really being reminded. So thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, spirit, for assisting me in raising my vibration, for assisting me in choosing love in place of fear, so that the manifestations that I bring into my life are for my highest good only, and so it is. So just to be mindful of what it is that you're asking for. You are also being asked on Thursday and Friday to really go within and ask yourself the question, what is it that I most need to know about myself right now? Allow this to be your journal question. What is it that I most need to know about myself right now? And then give yourself time to really breathe into your heart center and then write the answer to that question. All that you could possibly need is already within you. All wisdom, all information, all insight. Knowledge is something that we obtain. Wisdom is something that we remember. So for Saturday and Sunday, trust. Beautiful Amazonite. Faith, belief, understanding. You're really being asked on the weekend and every day to trust that you have within you all of the resources that you need to live the life that you're wanting to live. To also trust that if you do not feel that you can tap into those resources, that by saying to the universe, thank you for bringing to my life the exact resource that I need to assist me on my journey for my highest good right now, and so it is, thank you. You are being reminded that you have these beautiful energies of your guardian angels, the beautiful angelic realm. They are just waiting to assist you. Spirit is just waiting to assist you, to connect with you. The energy of life and the universe and nature is just waiting for you to acknowledge its presence. And the moment that you acknowledge its presence is the moment that you will begin to receive the signs and intuitions. The angelic realm. So this is what I use. I just say thank you, beautiful angels. Thank you, my friends and loved ones in spirit, for revealing yourselves to me and showing me how I can best work with you, and so it is. Set a goal today. Set a goal of saying, all right, angels, this is my sign. Thank you, universe. I am requesting, this is my sign. I'm requesting a sign. Thank you for bringing it to me. I went for a drive in my car the other day and I'd done this work. Mind you, I wasn't able to stop anywhere safely on the side of the road to take photos, so I couldn't. But I had 4 love hearts in the clouds in 4 different places. And I was just like receiving so much love from the universe, and it was incredible, and it was a beautiful experience. You too can receive the same visuals, the same signs from the universe. The universe just wants to play with you. This is about play. It's about trusting that you are supported. It's about trusting that you can do this and that you have all that you need within you to be able to do it. And trust that the universe absolutely has your back. As always, I hope that you are kind and gentle with yourself this week. I hope that these all serve you very well. Again, I love to receive your feedback, so thank you. And of course, if you would like to experience having me as your own meditation coach, I would love to have you join my personal Facebook group and my growing tribe of meditators who are expanding both emotionally, spiritually, and intuitively. Of course, it's only $24.99 a month. It's every second Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. and you receive the recorded messages the day after. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Until then, take care. Namaste. Blessed be.